Forget struggling heroes fighting for scraps. What happens when an Isekai protagonist starts out completely broken? Here are 6 overpowered main characters dominating new worlds. Kicking off our list at number 6, the Eminence in Shadow. Minoru Kaganu is entirely obsessed with becoming a mastermind operating from the shadows rather than a traditional hero or villain. After a ridiculous accident ends his life, he is reborn in a magical world as Sid Kaganu. Armed with immense magical power and combat skills, he creates a secret organization called Shadow Garden to fight a fictional cult he completely made up. However, in a hilarious twist of fate, the evil Diablo's cult actually exists, turning his delusional roleplay into a dangerous and absolute reality. This show is an absolute masterclass in deadpan comedy mixed with surprisingly spectacular action choreography. Sid is not just overpowered, he is fundamentally insane, which makes watching him effortlessly flex on arrogant villains incredibly satisfying. The animation team perfectly nails the edgy aesthetic, making his signature atomic attacks look genuinely cinematic, while simultaneously leaning into the absurd satire of the Tunabu trope. It delivers high stakes without ever taking itself too seriously, cementing its status as a wildly entertaining parody that easily outshines most standard fantasy adventures today. Claiming his dark throne at number 5, Overlord. When a massively popular virtual reality game finally shuts down, a veteran player named Momonga decides to stay logged in until the very last second. Instead of being kicked out, he discovers the game world has become completely real, and all the non-player characters have suddenly gained genuine consciousness. Trapped in the skeletal body of his immensely powerful avatar, Ains Owalgaon, he commands the Great Tomb of Nazarick. He carefully begins expanding his influence to conquer this unknown world and find lost friends. Watching a villainous protagonist steamroll through arrogant kingdoms is an intensely gratifying experience. This series brilliantly flips the script by positioning the monstrous final boss as the central character. The tactical world building is exceptionally deep, supported by a remarkable supporting cast of fiercely loyal guardians who worship his every move. What truly hooks you is the brilliant dramatic irony of Ains internally panicking while outwardly projecting godlike majesty. It presents a darkly humorous, ruthless power fantasy that continuously delivers glorious, large-scale magical destruction every single time. Slithering into our rankings at number 4, that time I got reincarnated as a slime. After suffering a fatal stab wound during a random street attack, corporate worker Satoru Mikami awakens in a fantasy realm as a seemingly weak blue slime. Endowed with the unique ability called Predator, he can absorb anything and mimic its appearance and magical properties. Naming himself Rimuru Tempest, he quickly befriends a legendary dragon and sets out to build a peaceful, all-inclusive monster nation. Utilizing his overwhelming power and modern knowledge, Rimuru steadily unites various warring species to create a thriving and powerful sanctuary. Do not let the adorable protagonist fool you. This anime offers incredibly rewarding progression and phenomenal political intrigue. Seeing Rimuru evolve from a lowly monster into an unstoppable demon lord is deeply satisfying. The sheer joy stems from watching him effortlessly crush arrogant foes while simultaneously prioritizing diplomacy and infrastructure. The animation bursts with vibrant energy, and the extensive cast of loyal subordinates is immensely endearing. It brilliantly balances wholesome kingdom-building mechanics with brutal, high-stakes magical combat, making it an absolute modern classic for all fans. Breaking into our top 3 at number 3, Mushoku Tensei. Jobless reincarnation. A severely depressed 34-year-old recluse is violently killed by a truck and reincarnated as a baby named Rudus Grey Rat. Retaining all memories of his tragic past life, he resolves to live this new existence without any regrets. Blessed with an extraordinary affinity for magic, Rudus intensely trains his abilities from early childhood. He embarks on a sweeping, continent-spanning journey filled with formidable demons, complex political conflicts, and devastating magical disasters, slowly maturing into one of the strongest mages in written history. This masterpiece is visually breathtaking, featuring movie-quality animation from Studio Bind that elevates every single spellcast. What truly sets this story apart is the incredibly raw character development. Rudis is terribly flawed, making his arduous journey toward redemption feel genuinely earned. While his immense magical capabilities easily destroy overwhelming threats, the true focus remains heavily on the profound emotional consequences of his actions. It sets the absolute gold standard for the genre, combining visceral magical action with deeply grounded, profoundly emotional, and captivating human storytelling arcs, securing the runner-up spot at number 2, Tsukimichi. Moonlit fantasy high school student Makoto Misumi is abruptly summoned to an alternate world to become a glorious hero. However, the ruling goddess violently rejects him simply for being ugly, stripping away his heroic title and banishing him to a desolate wasteland. Thankfully, another deity grants him phenomenal power. Roaming the dangerous fringes of society, Makoto quickly subjugates immensely powerful mythical beasts, including a great dragon and a giant spider. Together, they establish a hidden, prosperous trading community for outcast non-human species across the entire realm. This anime perfectly captures the sheer thrill of watching an underestimated outcast quietly build an unstoppable empire right under the arrogant noses of those who betrayed him. Makoto possesses game-breaking archery and magical skills, yet he remains refreshingly pragmatic and business-oriented. The series shines through its hilarious character dynamics, particularly the fierce rivalry between his overpowered monstrous companions. It provides a highly entertaining blend of satisfying economic kingdom building and explosive combat sequences where those who mock him suffer wonderfully humiliating, absolutely devastating, and epic defeats. And finally, reigning supreme at number 1, Arifureta, from commonplace to world's strongest. Hajime Nagumo is relentlessly bullied by his classmates, even before their entire class is suddenly summoned to save a magical world. Deemed weak due to his basic transmutation skill, he is viciously betrayed by a peer and plummets into the darkest depths of a lethal labyrinth. Surrounded by terrifying monsters, Hajime discards his remaining humanity, consumes monstrous flesh to survive, and mutates into a ruthless killing machine. Armed with newly forged modern firearms, he fights his way out, swearing violent vengeance against his cruel betrayers. This anime delivers the ultimate edgy revenge fantasy, and it executes that concept brilliantly. Hajime's drastic transformation from a cowardly victim into a cold, calculating anti-hero is unbelievably satisfying to witness. Rather than relying on traditional swords, watching him obliterate arrogant fantasy knights with dual-wielded revolvers and heavy artillery creates incredibly unique action dynamics. It unapologetically embraces its dark, gritty tone while introducing a charmingly deadly vampire companion. It is an incredibly fast-paced, action-packed thrill ride that demands your absolute and immediate viewing attention today. These 6 overpowered heroes completely redefine what it means to dominate a fantasy world. Did your favourite broken protagonist make the list? Or did I miss a gem? Drop your top Isekai recommendations below, hit subscribe for more anime content, and stay tuned until next time.